We'll move on to the next one, and the next matchup is we've got Phoenix Suns and LA Clippers.
This is going to be great.
It is going to be good.
Split the season
Split
series.
the season series, correct? 2-2.
Russ versus KD, man. Fuck. That's going to be fucking fun. But
Yeah.
it's a shame that poor George... Look, I haven't seen the latest updates. I know he's trying to work his way back in. But when I last saw the tweet that Shams tweeted, it's unlikely he's going to come back for this series. So the only chance he comes back in the playoffs is if LA somehow makes it past Phoenix in the first round. So that's something to consider. So with that being said, predictions. Go.
I can't see this series going to 7 games.
Yeah.
4-6, I think. Suns in 6.
I think so
Yeah,
too. Suns in
Suns in
6.
six.
Yeah.
I think Clippers have the firepower to steal 2.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe home game. But yeah, I can't see it going 7.
I think depending on, I guess, the series, they might want to bring Paul George back earlier. Like, he could come back in a game 5 or a game 6, depending on how the series shapes out. It'll be one of those things where, you might as well have him for the rest of the season, playing 70-80%, than not have him at all.
Yeah, a lot of teams do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. So I wouldn't write out the fact that he's not going to play at all. I think there's a slim chance he'll come back.
But I mean, it's not looking too good, man. I mean, if you look at the games that they all played, like, you can't really consider the first 2 games just because I was with, Bridges and Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
So you scrap those straight away. The third game is probably as accurate as you're going to get. I mean, the Clippers didn't have Westbrook, but then again, they had Paul George. The Suns didn't have KD.
Yeah.
And then in the last game of the regular season, the Suns were just playing their bench guys.
Yeah.
And then the
Close
Clippers were playing, their regular their new look starting lineup without Paul George, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the Clippers did win on the road by 5 there, but the Suns didn't have their whole starting lineup.
Yeah.
I mean,
That lineup actually played well though. That Suns bench lineup, because they
put up a fight.
kept up with the
Yeah.
Lakers.
Well, even in this game with the Clippers,
Yeah.
it's basketball.
keeping up,
man.
and they got they played Leonard, Batum, Zubac.
Yeah, that's their regular starting five.
Yeah,
without
exactly.
Paul George. I mean,
And
it's
they
basketball.
only lost by 5.
Anything can happen these
And
days.
I was gonna say Clippers have depth. I mean, you have Bones
They do.
Hyland, Terrence Mann, Norman Powell.
I think both sides have depth.
Yeah. I think the Suns have a sneaky good bench, man. Some people say that they don't have a good bench.
100%. No,
I think they got a very sneaky good bench.
they got a decent bench.
Man, it's just that if I wish Paul George was here, bro. If Paul George and Devin Booker going
He's
at
the
it,
equalizer.
man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, hypothetically speaking, if Paul George was healthy, how would you guys
If Paul
It's
George was
tough,
healthy,
man.
easily it
I think it's
very
a
well
coin
go to
flip,
7.
man. I think
it
it's
could
a
go to
coin
7.
flip.
Yeah.
it goes to 7, and I think it's a coin flip in terms of who wins because
Yeah,
like
it is.
I'll still go Suns in
Mm.
7. I don't think Clippers can knock off Suns in the first round,
okay.
especially with the addition of Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I mean,
If Kevin Durant's not there,
I'm pretty keen.
KD's undefeated as a Sun. He's
Yeah.
like 8-0, 9-0. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty
small
keen to
sample
see
size,
Kawhi on KD though.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
that gonna look?
Yeah.
That hasn't happened since he was in the Raptors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Against yeah.
Yeah. Look,
So-
I just wish Paul George was healthy because if he was healthy, man, like the Clippers are one of the worst matchups for the Suns, given that they're very their 2 best offensive players are perimeter guys, and it just so happens the Clippers have the best, at least individual perimeter defenders in the
Yeah.
entire league, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They could have given them a lot of trouble, but that's a hypothetical, so let's just focus on who's actually here. I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
Look,
who do you think is the X factor from both teams? Let's go with the Suns.
the Suns X factor. Oh man, their starting 5 is so well rounded.
Yeah.
I would say
okay.
Suns X factor would be Chris Paul. What version of Chris Paul are we gonna get?
True. I mean, he is aging. Don't get me wrong, he's still a very good player. And I think if you want someone to kind of pilot your ship in a playoff series, 7 games,
Yeah.
Him.
he might not be better than a Shea Gilgeous or a Trae Young or a Ja Morant. But
Yeah.
I think I'd still actually want him, even though he's known as a choker as well.
Yeah,
But I think I would still want him over a lot of players who are better as individual players.
Yeah.
But you're like right on the money there. Like, which version are we gonna get, right? So
Dude, he was getting cooked by the Mavs
the
last
ages
season.
showing. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they were literally
The
playing
Lucas special.
They were playing whoever offense on
Yeah.
on Chris Paul. Like whoever's on Chris Paul, give him the ball,
Mm.
pound him.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like having KD would be more than an equalizer for that.
Yeah. You want the makeup for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah, it's
honestly
crazy.
think Aiton.
DA.
Yeah.
Aiton versus Zubats. That's a pretty interesting matchup. Like Zubats has been playing really good ball.
Yes.
Had a
And-
30-20 game or a 30-30 game, something
Yeah.
like that. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
And I agree with you how like Chris Paul, he's like pilot of the ship, but like Aiton, man, if he plays well, defensively,
Yeah. Because
got all those rebounds, man.
it
There's not
sounds
that much
like
pressure on him.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone else is gonna get theirs. You know,
Mm.
CP, Book, KD, they're gonna get theirs.
Correct.
So
But Aiton's, he needs to be fed.
yeah, and he does get fed. But sometimes again, it's like which version of Aiton are you gonna get as well? Are you gonna get the big dominant Aiton being aggressive,
Yeah.
or the really passive one?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Zubac been aggressive.
Yeah, dude, Zubats is
He's so good.
he's a good defender, man. He's solid.
So that's the X factor for
That's a
me
good matchup
from the
for
Suns.
Yeah.
It's Aiton. So you two agree with Chris Paul as an X factor.
Yeah, I'll say Chris Paul, yeah.
Suns. What about Clippers?
Clippers, for me, I think the biggest X factor, I think there's two X factors. I think one, it's kind of cheating, but I think one, it's Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
And I think the second one is Ty Lue. Now let me explain. So with Russ first, I think overall as a Clipper, he's played
He's done
really,
well.
Yeah.
really
He's done
well.
Yeah.
All his splits are up. He's free from all that pressure from being in that purple and gold.
yeah, yeah.
And like we saw that one game when the Clippers didn't have Kawhi, didn't have Paul George on the road against
Yeah.
the Grizzlies. He
Yeah.
fucking went off,
Yeah.
man. I think he had 36 and 10 if I remember correctly.
And had
Like,
one of the most iconic photos of all time.
exactly the bird's eye shot. Yeah, that was nice. But like, I think Russ, like, you can rely on him, man. Like in the playoffs, like
Yeah.
I think he's an X factor. But there's still question marks with like are the Suns going to respect his 3-point shot?
Yeah.
Does he
He's
know his
been
role
making
well
those,
enough with the
yeah.
Clippers? Yeah, he has, man. So I think he's a bit of an X factor, but I trust him enough. I think the bigger question mark, like in my opinion, is Ty Lue's coaching. And the reason why I say that is that he is so insistent on playing Marcus Morris Sr. 25, 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
And he had a good start to the season, but bro, like I've been watching Clippers games like the last like 20, 30 games or so.
Yeah.
That guy's dog shit, bro.
Has he still been playing him recently?
He's been out sick. But when he was playing him, like before he was out sick, bro, I'm telling you, he was dog shit, man. He's a traffic cone on defense. Like, bro, I'm talking like Luka Doncic levels, like on defense. I don't know what happened to him because he was like touted as like a LeBron stopper in 2018 when the Cavs and the Celtics
That's
played,
5 years
right?
ago.
I know. Yeah, but I'm saying like, but to go from that to like a fucking traffic cone, like he's
Yeah.
horrible defensively.
Yeah.
Offensively, dude, because the Clippers have so many guys to feed, he's got a huge ego, man. He gets the ball, he's like, fuck these guys, I'm going to
Yeah.
shoot the ball, bro. That is like even if it's a turnaround fadeaway too, like that's what he's going to do. And like
There's a lot of those players on the Clippers
he
right
stops
now.
the ball on offense.
Yeah.
And yeah, but Morris is the biggest ego. Like he stops the ball on offense, he's a traffic cone on defense. Ty Lue still wants to play him 25, 30 minutes a game. I don't know why. Because you got Batum who's playing less than him, and you got Robert Covington who's rotting away on the bench. And when Robert Covington plays, he's fucking good,
Yeah.
man. He's bloody good.
Yeah.
And like I think, and you also got to look at the fact that if you, let's say hypothetically speaking, DNP, Marcus Morris Sr., you play Batum, Rocco, and Kawhi Leonard strictly at the 4. That opens up more minutes for Trey Mann,
Yeah.
Norman Powell,
Yeah.
Eric Gordon, Bones Highland, for all better than him, man. Like, there's just like
I don't see there's a need to play. I don't see there's a need to play Morris, to be honest.
I mean, the third game he only played 19 minutes to be fair, but look at him, 2 of 6 shooting.
Because look, the
The
Suns
ball's
aren't big.
full.
Like outside of Aiton, the Suns aren't actually that big.
Yo,
Alright.
I fucking spoke to. Oh wait, these are. So in one of these games, he actually had 22 points. But that was at the start of the season.
Yeah,
though, to
that's
be
way
fair,
early.
that's when he was playing good.
He usually gets off to a good start in the season.
Yeah, but like, yeah, lately he's just been shit, bro. Like, trust me, I've been watching him play, and like, I love Marcus Morris Sr. because he was on the Celtics,
Yeah.
and like, I got a lot of love for him. But like, man, let's be real, he fucking sucks right now, man. You got to bench his ass. So I think Ty Lue is an X factor there as well, and I think also knowing when to bench Russ in favor of Terrence Mann as well. I
Yeah.
think that's a big
Yeah.
thing for him too. Because when Russ first came to LA, like on the Clippers, for example, Ty Lue played him the whole fourth quarter. This was like the first few games, you know, teams were like giving Russ all the space in the world to
Yeah,
shoot, and he
yeah.
wasn't making those shots.
Yeah.
Lately, he's been doing great.
Yeah.
But then you, as a coach, you know, I know Ty Lue's like a player's coach, right? You got to know when to bench Russ and when to favor someone like
Yep.
a Terrence Mann or a Norman Powell over him.
Yeah.
I think that's something he has to consider as well. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, like coaching, that's just my opinion in terms
Okay.
of an X factor. Yeah.
In terms of my X factor, I think Russ is a dead giveaway, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to pick him. I reckon the Clippers X factor is Norman Powell.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
He took mine.
Can you
If-
be that second guy?
If he's that spark plug off the bench
Yeah.
and put up these numbers that he's been doing recently, the Clippers have a good chance.
yeah.
I don't think there's anyone on the Suns bench that can even closely compete to what type of value he gives
Couple
you.
numbers is
Yeah.
I know this campaign, but
No.
even then, he hasn't been playing.
I don't think we can. Yeah, they can't rely on campaign.
Nah,
to
Norman
do
Powell
that.
is by far the best bench player
Yeah.
in this series. Yeah.
If he's being aggressive and just taking it in, making plays for the team, like it could go either way. And I think he does need to step up because of Paul George's absence.
Yeah.
He can fill that scoring void. Like,
Yeah.
look, it's next man up mentality, right? Like, you got Norman Powell, Bones Highland, Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon. Those guys can step up for PG in terms of offensively. Defensively, you still got Kawhi, you still got Batum, you still got Covington who's on the bench.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
you got the pieces in place to, make up 70% of what you lose in Paul
Yeah.
George, right? It's just, there you go. Coaching is a big key as well. So,
Yeah.
so you got Norman Powell as well. Similar reasons, I assume. Yeah.
I think in terms of like the top heavy players like KD, Kawhi, we know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Every night in night out, they're gonna give you the same thing no matter what. So it's about these other guys. What are they gonna do, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Mason Plumlee with his jump shot, baby.
Left-handed.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a grind out series, I reckon.
I just fucking wish
what-
Paul George
it's-
was healthy, bro.
yeah.
If he was healthy, it would have been such
Can
a
you
fun
guys just
series.
imagine like Clippers on another first round early exit? Like, yeah.
I mean, Kawhi and Paul George just can't stay healthy together, except for that bubble. Except for in the bubble, right? They played together,
And then
and then since then,
Yeah.
yeah.
But these two guys are not your.
3-1 lead.
They're not your typical healthy guys. They're injury prone people.
Yeah.
I haven't felt my legs since the second quarter. Hey, you want to take injuries? You got it. Oh! Oh my God! Oh!
Like, honestly, I don't want the Suns to win.
Yeah.
I just don't like the
I mean,
Suns.
yeah.
But with the lineup the lineups they have, they're gonna win.
Yeah. Just for the record, Kevin's saying with the lineup they have, and on the screen it says Ish Wainwright, Josh Okogie, Jock Landale, Landry
Hey,
Shamet.
Landale, man, come on, man, Landale, 15 points, bro. Come on, 8 rebounds.
Aussie legend.
Hey,
Jock
Aussie legend,
Landale.
bro.
Jockey. All right.
Fuck.
I mean, yeah.
There you have it, right?
So Suns in 6.
Yep. Suns in 6.
I
As
guess.
much as it pains me to say.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's it for the Western Conference playoff matchups for now.
The first half of
The
it. Anyway.
first half,
Yeah.
yes.
Waiting for the
So
play-in.
stay
Sorry.
tuned for the next half and click like, subscribe, and we'll
Comment.
see you
Drop
in
down
the
your
next
thoughts.
one.